Local 3 Traffic presented by CHI Memorial. For more than 40 years, the Chattanooga Heart Institute has been a leader in the treatment of heart attack, heart failure, and bypass surgery. Learn more at ChattanoogaHeart.com.
All right, friends, welcome back. 5:58 your time. Your Local 3 traffic drive times look good so far this morning. Westbound, eastbound from East Brainerd Road looking good. 227 on westbound, 10 minutes. Coming down Signal Mountain using 127, just 8 minutes to get to 27. And then if you're west of the city, eastbound on 24, Lookout Valley area from the 59 junction to 27 downtown, just 10 minutes.
If you're headed to work, don't forget the news continues all day long inside our app.
And Local 3 News today rolls on right now.
This is Local 3 News Today.
Good Wednesday morning, friends. It's now 6 a.m. Another hour with you this morning. I'm Paul Shaheen.
And I'm Michelle Herron. And today, expect some pretty big changes in the forecast. Let's bring in meteorologist Allison Pryor, who is tracking them all for us. Good morning.
Good morning. I know you're going to step outside this morning and have to check your calendar and think, is it June? No, everybody, it's just February, but it is that warm outside this morning. So starting off, this is our temperature change compared to yesterday. Remember, yesterday even was a warm morning, but we're even warmer today. Chattanooga, Dalton, Scottsboro, 9 degrees warmer, 8 degrees warmer in Murphy, that 5-degree difference for Athens and Cleveland. So that means starting off this morning, it's at 70 degrees in the Scenic City. The same can be said for Scottsboro, wind blowing from the south at 12 miles per hour. The rest of the area in the 60s, this really is a mild, a warm start to the day. The coolest reading we're getting right now, northwestern Bledsoe County at 62 degrees. Now, if you like the warmth, hold on to these temps for the next few hours because big changes are on the way for the afternoon. If you've been watching all morning long, I was saying that Little Rock is going to be one to watch because the cold front was passing over them. They've now dropped down to 58 degrees. That colder air, the 27 in Tulsa, the 29 in St. Louis, the 39 in Indianapolis, that's what's surging eastward and is going to approach our area for the afternoon and evening hours. So currently 70 in Nashville, 70 in Chattanooga, but we're going to see that difference later on for today. Paired with it, you have the cold front, so that's what's causing that temperature change, but also rain and storms along that front. So from about 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., we're also going to be dealing with some rain and storms. Now, the main severe threat today is to the north of our area, although our northern communities may get clipped with some of those isolated severe wind gusts as we get that storm line rolling through. And of course, today is Wednesday. It's also February 28th. Tomorrow, February 29th, I can only ask this question once every 4 years, right? So I even have the little 29 right here. There we go. Leap years are skipped every blank. 100 years, 200 years, 400 years, or 1,000 years.
I didn't know they were skipped.
I didn't know either.
Well, we're all going to learn today.
Maybe that's because neither of us are 100 yet.
What did you say, Paul?
I'm not 100 years old.
Oh, okay. that is true. You're not.
All right, we'll get to guessing because that's all we can do today.
This is already posted on Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah.
People can play along with at home. So yeah, so every 4 years, but every so often, one of those answers, A, B, C, or D, it's skipped.
Every so often. Okay, we'll figure that.
All right.
I was supposed to be a leap year baby, Michelle. I was
Were you?
born. Yeah, I was born a little early. Yep. Who knows how old I would have been?
Congratulations.
Thanks, Allison. We'll get to it.
Okay, let's get to some news. Breaking this morning, Chattanooga police are investigating a shooting that happened on the 4000 block of Fagan Street. Details are limited, and we are working to learn more. We'll bring you the latest information as soon as we have it.
Authorities in Nashville are investigating a fatal shooting involving a rideshare driver. The incident unfolded Monday night when the 44-year-old driver called 911 twice. He claimed he was kidnapped at gunpoint by a passenger. In the second call, the driver said he had shot the 23-year-old passenger. When police arrived, the passenger was pronounced dead. Officials say the driver was cooperative and said he shot the passenger in self-defense. The driver was released, but police say an investigation is ongoing.
The TBI has issued an Amber Alert for a 15-year-old in Sumner County, that's just northeast of Nashville. Sebastian Wayne Rogers was last seen on Monday in Hendersonville. Police say he has a medical condition that may prevent him from returning safely without assistance.
Typically, autistic kids are attracted to water. We know that Sebastian likes to fish, so really there's no option that's off the table. Sebastian likes to hide. He loves to get into small spaces, hide under his bed, so we're checking everything from drainage culverts to the back seats of cars.
If you have seen him or know where he may be, you should call 1-800-TBI-FIND.
The Catoosa County Sheriff's Office needs your help finding a missing teen. She is 15-year-old Patience Marie Meese. She was last seen January 13th and 14th. She's about 5'3". If you have any information about her whereabouts, you're urged to call the Catoosa County Sheriff's Office. Loved ones of 78-year-old Phil Acord are in mourning after his death in the Chickamauga Lake on Monday.
Local 3's Riley Nagel joins us now live in the studio with more about his life and what those closest to him have to say. Riley, good morning.
Good morning, Michelle. So we now know that Phil Acord was the retired president and CEO of the Chambliss Center for Children. Employees turned friends of Phil Acord say that he was one of a kind, a loyal friend, great boss, and an even better community leader. Katie Harbison, now the current CEO and president of the Chambliss Center for Children, says for 50 years, Acord showed hard work and dedication while working as the president. Acord was fishing with a friend at the Chickamauga Lake and fell overboard without a life jacket. Learning about his death, Harbison says that it was a wake-up call for everyone at the center.
We need to, remember to tell people, thank you or what they mean to you, and also just to remember to live each day to the fullest. I mean, he was alive and healthy on Friday and then gone on Monday.
The Chambliss Center employees are asking everyone to pray for Acord's family during this difficult time. Reporting live in studio, I'm Riley Nagel. Paul?
All right, thank you, Riley. The Lookout South Broad Stadium project moves forward as Chattanooga City Council members unanimously approved funding of $115 million. The decision comes after a series of lengthy negotiations among stakeholders to find out the deal that made everyone happy.
Leah Bowling is live to share what Council Chair Rakita Dotley has to say. Leah, good morning.
Good morning, Michelle. Dotley says she's been excited about this project since the beginning and that this plan prioritizes taxpayers and is a win for everybody. Here's the breakdown of that plan. $80 million would come from the county. The city will cover cost overruns on the stadium up to $112 million. $32 million will come from the private sector and $3 million from owners of the lookouts. The overall projected cost is $115 million, which is $5 million.
You have to invest in yourself sometimes, and that is what this is. It's an investment into Chattanooga.
Lookouts officials say a new stadium is needed to keep the team in the city. Major League Baseball has threatened to pull them due to inadequate facilities at the current stadium where there is no room to expand. The resolution is expected to be approved by the County Commission today and then must be approved by both city and county industrial development boards. Barring any further delays, groundbreaking could take place within the next 2 to 3 months. Reporting in Chattanooga, I'm Leah Bowling, Local 3 News.
And while we have Leah there, Michelle, I mean, you saw the background of that shot, right? Just think how different that is going to look around her in about a year's time.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be remarkable with that and then the Bend project going on that side of town as well.
It's exciting.
The city is growing. Thank you, Leah.
Coming up on Local 3 News today.
We'll take a look at security measures in place at UTC after someone was killed on campus at the University of Georgia.
Good morning. Once again, I want to start off with the temperatures because really it's just shocking. It is February 28th, but does not feel like February at all outside this morning. 70 degrees in Chattanooga, Dalton at 67, Cleveland at 66, and Murphy at 63. Now, these first three towns, Chattanooga, Dalton, and Cleveland, you're pretty much just going to hover around your current temperature for the next few hours and then start falling this afternoon. As far as Murphy goes, I do think you may gain a couple of degrees this morning time because it'll take a little bit longer for that cold front to get to you. But this afternoon into the evening, once again, you're joining everybody else with those falling temperatures. So here's a check of the hour by hour forecast. And you can see what I mean by kind of just hovering around that 70-degree mark. 69 at 7 a.m., 70 at 9 a.m., 69 at 11 o'clock. For Chattanooga, that cold front is going to pass through town right around noon. So that's why you're seeing that big difference from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. It'll be cooler at that point as the wind is shifting. So 60 degrees at 1 o'clock, 50 by 3 p.m., and then you're down into the 40s. So if you're heading out all day long today, no layers needed this morning, but you're going to want that jacket with you this evening time. Plus, in between, we are going to be dealing with rain and storms. So you can certainly see those percentages right there, particularly from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's going to be the most likely window. So falling temperatures today. Enjoy the 70 degrees now. Thursday and Friday, certainly cooler air in the low 50s, and then it slowly begins to climb back up from there. Sunday and Monday, we're back up to 70. Paul, Michelle.
All right, thank you, Allison. The University of Georgia is putting new safety measures into place following the brutal murder of a 22-year-old student on campus last week. They include more security cameras, lighting upgrades, and license plate readers. The university also plans to add security camera blue light call box systems in strategic places throughout campus. And its Ride Smart program will have extended hours, providing Lyft ride discounts to students from 6 at night to 6 in the morning. UGA will also boost its police department budget by 20% to recruit and retain officers.
In light of the murder at UGA, we checked with UTC about their security measures. The Safety and Risk Management Director, Bob Jackson, tells us they have 50 blue light phones across campus. The lights were recently updated, making them more visible. UTC launched a new Safe Mox app in August to help improve campus safety. Jackson encourages students, staff, and faculty to take advantage of the app and says it can be a helpful tool.
Access to campus resources, access to emergency plans, quick dial to campus police to the phone number. Also, you can, if you're not uncertain about where you are, you can basically walk with a friend virtually. So, hey, I'm leaving Hunter Hall right now. I'm going to my dorm location at West Campus, and I should be there in 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes, if you don't connect in, your friend gets a text alert right away to let you know there's something going on there.
Anyone on campus can take training for CPR, AED, and self-defense. Jackson says any students or staff with safety concerns or questions can always call campus police.
6:13 is your time. Still ahead on Local 3 News today.
We're expecting these unseasonably warm temperatures to drop later today. Meteorologist Allison Pryor has more in her full forecast coming up next.
Good morning. Pretty quiet conditions outside this morning. We have that warm air, we have cloudy skies, and that wind coming up from the south. We've had a couple of stray little sprinkles. Those showers have really kind of faded out. We can still see some activity just moving into western Jackson County coming out of the Huntsville area. But for most of you, calm conditions as far as your morning time commute. Right now, 7 a.m., 8 a.m., not much activity. But later this morning into the first part of the afternoon, that's going to be a different story because we have this cold front right here, and you can see narrow, but associated with it is the line of storms. That's what's going to be tracking eastward, bringing us gusty conditions, the rain and storms, and then the much cooler air behind it. So let's run through our future cast. Again, a couple of stray little sprinkles, a spotty light shower here or there for the next few hours. Really no big deal. That wind will continue to pick up from the south once the sun comes up and that air starts mixing. Between about 9 a.m. and 10 a.m., that's when that band is going to move into our northwestern communities. So first for Grundy and Van Buren counties, that means between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. Central Time, you're getting some of that heaviest rain and thunderstorm potential. This is going to continue to track eastward, so 11 a.m. in Chattanooga, by about 11:30 noon for Cleveland towards Athens, down to Sand Mountain as well, with that heaviest rain and storms. So if you kind of pick out where the red lines are, the blue lines coming in, the cold front's going to set up right here, kind of in between. So on either side of it, ahead and behind, you're going to get some rain and storms. Once we're looking at about 1 o'clock, we're certainly seeing a lot of that activity for our eastern communities, and then by about 3 p.m. mainly just for our far southeastern communities. Now, there will be some additional rain after 3 p.m., but that main rain and storm window, kind of that leading edge with the front, will ride through from about 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Here's 5 o'clock. At this point, what we're left with are light rain showers, that cold, brisk breeze coming down from the northwest. You may even get a little bit of snowflakes or wintry mix added into the picture for the tallest mountain peaks there along the Tennessee-North Carolina line as that cooler air drops into our area and then quieting down during the overnight hours with partly cloudy skies. Total rainfall from this system today, a pretty big range, kind of depends on where some of those heavier bursts of storms set up, but we're looking at about 1/10 of an inch to up to an inch possible. Now I want to show you the temperatures. So mild for the next few hours. By 11 a.m., so this is 10 a.m. Central Time, cold front has passed through Grundy and Van Buren counties, so you're already falling at that point. By noon in Chattanooga, that's when I see the front riding through, and then it's falling from there. Dalton, by 1 o'clock, you're seeing that front come across your area, falling temperatures. By 2 p.m., the front has already passed even our far eastern communities. So that cold front, it ends by about 2 p.m. The rain and storms last till about 3 p.m. because remember, there's storms on the backside of that front too. And then for the rest of the afternoon, it's just that cooler air coming in. Here's 4 p.m. Look at all those 40s on the board. So it's going to be chilly late afternoon into the evening time. We're already going to have spots at 7 o'clock in the 30s for this evening. So if you're not bringing a jacket now, you're going to want a jacket if you're out all day long for the evening time. So our high temperatures for today, they're happening right now. 70 degrees in Chattanooga, Scottsboro, 68 for Athens, 66 in Murphy. Check out these lows tonight. It's going to be cold tomorrow morning, in the 20s for many of our communities with a partly cloudy sky. And then your highs tomorrow, generally just in the low 50s, although a little bit better in Murphy at 56 degrees, but that's still certainly a whole lot cooler than what we have right now. So big differences today. We have windy conditions, wind advisories still in place for all of our counties. We're going to have the rain and storms. We have that cold front with the falling air. And then tomorrow, that's going to be our elite day, the last day of February, a little bit chillier. First day of March on Friday, it will also be cooler, a high of just 51 and some showers.
All right. Cold front is making its way.
It is making its way, and it's short-lived. It's just a couple of days, and then the weekend will start to be milder again.
I just remembered, you showed a picture of hail. Where was that from?
Middle Tennessee.
Today.
Yeah, there's the storms.
That's, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Legit. You don't see it often, but I mean, when you see it, it's like, oh,
yeah.
You know, you hear it, and then, all right. She's like, I told you, Paul. Yeah, it's one thing to hear it, it's another to see it, is what I'm trying to say. It's 6:18 a.m. You know what we aren't seeing out there? We're not seeing any traffic. It's been a quiet week so far, Michelle. I don't know if that means anything, but we will appreciate it. We'll love it. Your drive times look good. 75-24, the interchange over there looks great. No issues out there. We'd love to keep it that way. How about the whole week? Can we do this the whole week?
I'm on board.
All right, so are we.
6:19 is your time. Coming up on Local 3 News today.
This season of Horsing Around comes to a close with Sports Director Ben Bobick on Signal Mountain for the finale. It's next.
Local 3 traffic presented by CHI Memorial. For more than 40 years, the Chattanooga Heart Institute has been a leader in the treatment of heart attack, heart failure, and bypass surgery. Learn more at ChattanoogaHeart.com.
Season 6, Episode 8, finale, Signal Mountain, Carly Lowry Jr. Save the best for last. You're out, Rolls. First shot.
Okay.
I always get, there's no greater deflation than coming and doing these things and the person hitting the very first shot. Oh, this is good. Touch, have a little touch. Have a little touch. All right, I didn't airball it. I didn't airball it. How do you girls gel so well together that it works on the court?
Yeah, I mean, we're all just like really good friends. Like even outside of basketball, we hang out and like we've been friends since 6th grade. When I was in 6th grade, they were in 7th grade, and we won the district championship then, and we're still doing it today. So I think just that chemistry we have is very special. I'm just gonna do a free throw.
No, I had a new free throw. Technique I'm trying out today. Good, I can try it out.
I couldn't make any of those last night.
How does Carly the volleyball player help Carly the basketball player, maybe vice versa?
I mean, I definitely think it helps me like get rebounds, which is like one of my better things, I think, is getting rebounds. Just like seeing the ball and jumping and like seeing where it's gonna go. I think that comes a lot from volleyball. And just like going to state and winning state, like I have never felt anything like winning state, and I want to bring that to basketball, and like I want everyone on my basketball team to feel that way too. And I think just that experience has really helped me this year, just like give it my all for everyone.
New technique here, right foot back. I saw it on TV. Surely it works. Go back to the drawing board. And it showed, I feel like, a lot of people that girls basketball can pull in the crowd and be awesome. You could be that role model for young girls. You think about the young girls that were in the crowd that night. that thought, oh my goodness, I can't wait to do that. Did you ever think about that after that game and what you could be to the younger generation here?
It was definitely really cool and a really great experience to play in. And like, I remember at school that day, all the teachers were like, if you go to the game, like you'll get extra credit and like all this stuff. And it was like, we've never had that type of recognition before until that year. And I think that game just really, like it really proved ourselves. I think we have a lot of support this year too. So I think that game was just a really good turning point for our school and girls basketball. Oh.
Come
wow.
on, dude, this is record on the line.
Oh, gosh.
Come on, Shane, we worked so hard for this year. No Shutouts 2024 reboot has a chance.
Okay.
Oh. Sean, we're good here. Hey, thanks everybody. That's it, we did it. We talk about the seniors you have, school history on the line. How hungry is this team to get to that state tournament?
I think it's definitely something that we want to get to this year. Like I said, we made school history last year and we definitely we don't want to stop there. We want to keep going. And state is definitely something that we've talked about and we know we can get to this year, so.
That's an all-around good shot. A little short. At least I'm hitting the rim, you know?
Yeah.
You have state championship winning experience. Everything seems to be falling into place at the right time. Do you think this team feels that sense of urgency to get it done this year?
Yeah, we're definitely, every day we're getting better. We haven't had very many off days. Like, we're doing everything we can to get there this year.
Come on, Ben. Oh, that was still trying to do touch.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you letting us come up the mountain and hang out with you. Go make some more school history, all right?
All right.
And now it's time to take a look at our salutes. Happy birthday to Stacy Britton. She turns 50 today. Your family loves you and wishes you the best day ever.
And happy 63rd birthday to Gary Ball. He loves to spend time playing guitar with his family, and he'll never know how much that means to them. Your wife Pam, daughter, and son-in-law Amy and Dale, granddaughter and grandson Hunter and Katie, and niece Courtney, pray you have a blessed birthday today. You deserve it. He's got an army praying for him. I like it.
Happy birthday to Curtis B. Carter. He is a leap year baby, so every 4 years he gets 2 birthdays. He turns 18 this year. He's a senior at Ooltewah High School, where he's played football for the Ooltewah High School Owls, and he's set to graduate May 2024, and he will be continuing his academic education at an HBCU college, to be determined where. But I think Curtis is going to do some great things. So we hope you have a wonderful day.
Go Owls. A happy birthday to Zaria Spite, who's turning 18 years old today. She's also graduating, a senior from Ooltewah High School, who cheers for Ooltewah High School as well. Her next academic chapter will be continuing her education in North Carolina, Agriculture and Technology, aka NCATS. We hope you have the very best birthday.
Happy birthday to Savannah Stansell, who turns 23 today. This wish comes from Elijah and all of his family, who want you to have a great day.
And happy 10th birthday to Rain. This wish comes from your mom, who says you're smart, beautiful, loving, and kind. It's a privilege to be your mom. Congrats, you're our Bojangles winner for the day. We're going to mail you a gift card for a free breakfast on us.
If you want to celebrate someone's special day, send in your salute at least 1 week in advance to salutes@local3news.com. Remember to include your phone number and address.
6:30 is your time. Still ahead on Local 3 News today.
We have all of the news, weather, and traffic you need to know before stepping out the door this Wednesday morning.
This is Local 3 News Today.
6:31 is your time. Good morning, friends. I'm Paul Shaheen.
And I'm Michelle Herron. We are gearing up for a beautiful Wednesday, but it's one with some changes coming.
I'd say so, yeah. It's on the way. Middle Tennessee heading our way, and I don't know exactly where it is, but we know who does know.
I don't know what you just said.
I don't know where the cold front is right now, but I know who does know.
That would be me.
Allison knew what I was saying, Michelle.
Yes, indeed. The cold front is definitely not here. Yet it is moving into western Tennessee, kind of that northwestern corner of middle Tennessee. So still a few more hours before it gets here. So that means stepping outside this morning, it is warm out there here locally in the Tennessee Valley. So we are looking at upper 60s to even 70 degrees if you're in Chattanooga. 68 for Cleveland, 68 in Dayton, Scottsboro also at 68. We have the coolest two spots at 62, which is still quite mild for the end of February in the morning time. Wind blowing from the south at 13 miles per hour, really fueling these warm temperatures. They haven't fallen much from yesterday afternoon. As we look at our hour-by-hour forecast for this Wednesday, kind of hovering where we're at for the next few hours. Now, dependent on your location, if you're west of Chattanooga, the cold front will get to you first. If you're to the east, you're going to linger a little bit longer. But right here in the Scenic City, noon, I think is a good bullseye time when that cold front is going to pass over our area. After that happens, look at this fall that you have for the afternoon. 60 at 1 o'clock, 53 at 2 p.m., down to 48 at 4 o'clock. So it will be chilly late afternoon into the evening time. You don't really need a jacket now, but if you're going to be out all day long, you're going to want one later on. You can also see these icons right here of the rain and thunderstorms. Here are our chances for that. Along the cold front, in front of it and behind it, from about 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., we're going to have rain and storms rolling through our area. Now, for a lot of you, this is going to be just regular thunderstorm activity, but we do have this low end risk for our northern communities. You're under a level 1 marginal risk. The biggest concern for today is going to be some isolated damaging wind gusts. And of course, I think we all know we've had a lot of spring air here lately. Check out these gorgeous photos that Maxine Welch sent in from Chatsworth.
Ooh.
I love them. All right, well, we are learning more about a missing fisherman whose body was recovered on Monday in Chickamauga Lake.
Yeah, Phil Acord was the retired president and CEO of the Chambliss Center for Children. Local 3's Riley Nagel joins us now live in the studio to tell us how his former employees are honoring him. Hey, Riley.
Well, Acord is described as a loyal friend, great boss, and an even better community leader, and this comes from employees turned friends of Acord who say he was one of a kind. Katie Harbison, current CEO and president to the Chambliss Center for Children, says for 50 years, Acord showed hard work and dedication while working as president. She says even after he retired, he always found himself walking through the front doors of the center.
He was supportive of his employees, but he was also just an amazing advocate for children and families, and I think that's what a lot of people are going to remember about him.
Now, learning about his death, Harbison says it was a wake-up call for everyone at the center. Chambliss Center employees are asking everyone to pray for Acord's family during this difficult time. Reporting live in studio, I'm Riley Nagel. Paul.
All right, Riley, thank you much. A Senate bill that would protect in vitro fertilization, or IVF, in Alabama was officially filed yesterday after the Alabama State Supreme Court's recent ruling on frozen embryos. The court's ruling declared that frozen embryos are children regardless of their location and entitled to all legal protections, just as a fetus in the womb. The newly introduced bill would provide civil and criminal immunity to certain people providing goods and services related to IVF.
I had no clue that this was this big an issue, not only for Alabama, which I'm not surprised there, but throughout the country and internationally. It's just been, we've been under a microscope with this issue, and so we just need to rectify it.
The new bill focuses more on legal protections for those engaging in IVF rather than attempting to define the point at which human life begins.
The Tennessee House of Representatives has voted in favor of a bill that only lets certain flags be flown on school property. The bill prohibits all local education agencies and public charter schools from displaying any flags other than the government. Those include the American, state, or military flags. The bills must also pass the Senate and receive Governor Bill Lee's signature in order to become law.
And as expected, a proposed bill that would ban any representative who was expelled from being reappointed has passed the Tennessee House. The bill is in response to last year's gun control protest by Democratic Representatives Justin Jones and Justin Pearson, both of whom were then reelected by voters in their districts. Their story got national attention. The bill now goes to the Senate.
All right, 6:36 is your time as we head to break. Amy Parker is today's Show Us Your Mug winner. Here she is with her favorite mug. It says Plant Lady. She says, I love my plants and I love my coffee. Congrats, Amy. You have won a Local 3 mug. If you would like to enter, send us a picture of you and your favorite mug to showusyourmug@local3news.com. Remember to include your phone number and address.
Now, if I know you, Michelle, you like that mug.
Yes, I do. I love plants too. I'm a plant lady as well.
You got to get one of those mugs.
Quite the weather swing and reversal that we're going to experience today. It is warm outside right now, but expect windy conditions, rain and storms, and then falling temps today, all thanks to a cold front that's going to roll across our area from west to east. It'll then be cold tonight with cool conditions over your Thursday, chilly rain showers expected for Friday, and then warming up. So 70 degrees right now in Chattanooga, but it's going to fall the rest of the day. I'm talking 50s to 40s by this afternoon and evening. Good morning. We're going to take a brief break by doing our continuation of Severe Weather Awareness Week. Remember, yesterday the topic was lightning. Today's topic is tornado safety, and that's certainly a really important one. When we think about tornadoes, this is an important note to keep in mind. Tornadoes can happen anytime during the year. I'm talking about any of the 12 months. Now, we do have a primary peak in the spring severe weather season. That's going to be March, April, and May for our local area. So when we think about tornado safety, it's really good to know the difference between a watch versus a warning. So let's kind of compare those two. A watch, that's issued and it lasts for several hours, whereas a warning is a shorter time frame, about 20 minutes to 1 hour. A watch is big. It takes up portions of whole states. A warning, just portions of counties, because we're getting specific to that. A watch, you get advance notice for hours. As far as the warning, your advance notice is just minutes. A watch is that tap on the shoulder, hey, conditions are favorable, make sure you're paying attention and that you have a plan. A warning means it is imminent and happening now, so you need to take cover. So where are your safe places to take shelter? So let's go over the unsafe ones first. That's going to be your mobile and manufactured homes, large open rooms, your vehicles under overpasses. You need to find another option. More safe, that's going to be an interior room in a well-constructed home or building. Most safe, a basement or a tornado storm shelter. Paul, Michelle?
All right, thank you, Allison. Well, the Lookout South Broad Stadium project moves forward as Chattanooga City Council members unanimously approved funding of $115 million. The decision comes after a series of lengthy negotiations among stakeholders to find the best deal.
Yeah, and they appear to have found it. We spoke with Council Chair Rakita Dotley, and Leah Bowling joins us now live once again to break down the plan and path to breaking ground. Good morning, Leah.
Good morning, Paul. That $115 million will revitalize this area and include a new stadium, retail stores, office spaces, and more. Here's a breakdown of that plan. $80 million would come from the county. The city will cover cost overruns on the stadium up to $112 million. $32 million will come from the private sector and $3 million from owners of the Lookouts. Dotley says she's been excited about this project since the beginning and that this plan prioritizes taxpayers and is a win for everyone.
The question is, do we raise the rate, the tax rate, or do we raise tax base? In this case, we want to raise that tax base, so as things are increasing, we begin to see that extra revenue coming in and it's not a burden to the taxpayer.
Lookouts officials say a new stadium is needed to keep the team in the city. Major League Baseball has threatened to pull the team due to inadequate facilities at the current stadium where there is no room to expand. The resolution is expected to be approved by the County Commission today and then must be approved by both city and county industrial development boards. Barring any further delays, groundbreaking could take place within the next 2 to 3 months. Reporting in Chattanooga, I'm Leah Bowling, Local 3 News.
All right, Leah. Wow, things are going to start changing out there pretty quickly. Thank you. Still ahead on Local 3 News today.
All right, the answer to this week's Wednesday weather trivia. It's coming up. We'll see who gets a point. Paul or myself? I think it's me, but we'll see.
I took a guess.
Well, you guys just missed Allison, like sheer panic.
I didn't have the papers in my hand. I had to run off the screen real quick, but I got back on. We're good.
I wish everyone could have seen that because it was perfect.
All right, everybody, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday weather trivia time. I have the papers here for people in the studio. I hope you're playing along with us at home too. Leap years are skipped every what? So we know we typically have a leap year every 4 years. Okay, but they're skipped every so often. So here are the answers coming in. So first up, Curtis is going with C, 400 years. Michelle is going with A, 100 years. Paul, oh, I can see why Paul had this reaction. Paul feels good. He went with 400 years. Seriously, I don't even have a fraction of a clue here, is what he said. Okay, I will tell you, it is either A or C.
Nope.
So one grouping of y'all is correct. And that grouping is going to be Michelle with just the 100 years. But the 400 is related, so there is. So Michelle gets a point today. Okay, Michelle is just loving it.
I thought.
So congratulations to Michelle, Paul, Curtis. I'm sorry. But here's the deal. Okay, every 4 years we have a leap year, like this year, 2024. Every 100 years, it's skipped, so that's like 1800, 1900. But then every 400 years, the leap year is added back again. So that was like the year 2000.
What?
I know. It's because the year is not exactly 365 and a quarter. It's 365.242 days.
I trust.
So you have to take it out and then put it back.
I trust that everything she just said made sense, but I'm so filled with frustration right now.
This is the part that Michelle wants to see, the 5-3 right here. She now has the 2-point lead once again.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
That was a fun one. Thanks, Allison.
Of course. So, of course, we started this because today is February 28th. Tomorrow is our leap day, February 29th. And thank you to everybody for playing along at home on this February 28th, which would typically be the last day of the month. We are starting off certainly with warm air outside. 70 degrees in Chattanooga. Much of the rest of the area, you're in the 60s, but we even have upper 60s out there. 68 in Cleveland, 68 in Scottsboro. You don't really need any kind of layers this morning. It's comfortable outside. Wind from the south at 10 miles per hour, but you want to throw the layers and maybe in the back seat of your car because you're going to want it later on today. Today is a reversal kind of day. So hanging out, kind of hovering the similar temperature for the next several hours. 69 at 7 a.m., 70 degrees at 9 o'clock, 69 at 11 a.m. Cold front's going to sweep through. On either side of the front is going to bring us rain and storm chances. You can see that with that icon. That's going to roll from about 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. from west to east. Within that window, the front will actually pass your location. It's going to pass Chattanooga at about noon. That's why you're seeing that swing down from 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock and then falling the rest of the day. 50 degrees at 3 p.m., 47 at 5 o'clock. Check out 7 o'clock this evening. It's 44, but it's going to feel like that wind chill 36 degrees. So the second half of the day today is certainly going to be widely different than what we have outside this morning. We also continue to have those wind concerns, wind advisories in place for all of our counties. The potential for gusts as strong as 35 to 50 miles per hour. I think most spots are going to be in that 35 to 45 mile per hour window as far as those max gusts, but some of the higher elevations could top out at about 50 miles per hour. Here's a check of the wind gusts right now. It's still not that bad, but we're certainly seeing some spots gusting around 20-25 miles per hour. There's the 22 in Chattanooga, 27 there in Polk County, 21 in Athens, and it's going to continue to be gusty this morning into the afternoon. Now, outside of that, there's really not that much activity here locally right now. We have the clouds. We've had a couple of stray little sprinkles. But what we're watching is this line of storms, and this line of storms is really where the cold front is located at. So it's just pushing through western Tennessee, moving into middle Tennessee, right around that Clarksville area, up towards Bowling Green and Kentucky as well. So for us, for your morning time drive, not very much happening, a couple of stray sprinkles here and there. That wind really starts to pick up as the air is mixing from the south for the morning time hours. Between about 9 a.m. and 10 a.m., so 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. Central Time, here comes the initial rain and storms for our northwestern communities. That's going to continue to track in. So here's about 11:45 from Athens, Cleveland, Chattanooga, down to Trenton, over towards Sand Mountain as well. We'll continue to push through at that point. You can see that rain at 1 o'clock for our eastern communities. cold front is in between these two bands, so you get rain first and then your temperatures will start falling, and then there's a little bit more backside rain to come through as well. Now the heaviest rain is going to be done by about 3 p.m. There'll still be a little bit of that residual activity though after that, as that cooler air really drops into our area, and it's going to get cold. Most locations you're going to have lows for tonight in the 20s, about 31 though in the Scenic City. So 70 now, but it's falling. 50s and 40s for your afternoon. You get the wind, you have the rain and the storms, and you're going to get that kind of Arctic blast once again for tonight. 53 for your high tomorrow, 51 on Friday with some scattered showers, so kind of that chilly rain on Friday, and then it'll start to warm back up again Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday. Michelle?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
It was fun.
I know, you had a lot of hopes in that little duo right there.
I went up. Like the temps.
Yeah, up and then dramatically fell.
I had to pick the 7-day to start of it at least. Right. Thanks, Allison.
Coming up next, we'll share what you need to know before heading out the door.
We'll be here. Stick with us.
Local 3 traffic presented by CHI Memorial. For more than 40 years, the Chattanooga Heart Institute has been a leader in the treatment of heart attack, heart failure, and bypass surgery. Learn more at ChattanoogaHeart.com.
And breaking news this morning, Chattanooga police are investigating a shooting on the 400 block of Fagan Street. Details are limited right now, but we are working to learn more, and we'll bring you the latest information.
Dade County deputies tried to pull over a car going over 100 miles per hour Monday night. According to the deputies, the car wrecked while trying to flee, and then the suspect ran off. The deputies used a drone to locate him and then make the arrest. The suspect had multiple warrants out of Hamilton County and will face additional charges relating to this chase. All right, don't go anywhere. Allison Pryor is coming back to give us one more glimpse of the forecast. We'll also take a final look at traffic.